I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our 2020 NPC Nationals Women's Bodybuilding Overall Champion, Jennifer Childress. Welcome to the show with her husband, Jimmy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
How are you?
Congratulations on the win, and obviously the new IFBB Pro card you achieved. And it
Yes.
seems like women's bodybuilding is on the up and up now, especially with the Olympia taking place again, and we have a new Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw. So
We do.
it's got to be exciting.
We do. It's awesome to have women's bodybuilding back,
Yeah,
and to be at the beginning start of it. So that's cool.
And you're sponsored by Wings of Strength, which is obviously owned by Jake Wood, who obviously owns the Olympia, who brought the Miss Olympia back. So I mean, that's you're tied into the whole women's bodybuilding family there.
I know it's just crazy to think about the big, the big picture of what all Jake Wood's doing and the whole team. I mean, they're
awesome
just
people.
amazing.
They're really good people.
You know what the weird thing is? 5 years ago, I think you had your daughter. You hadn't even worked out. You were 28 years old, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's amazing when I see people start late in their career and achieve so much. Did you ever have any inkling that you had like this ability to grow muscle the way you did?
No, I never did any kind of athletics. I never really did much of anything. It was good because I never injured myself, so that was nice.
But that's an anomaly. Usually, most people who get into it late were athletic. They did track and field, or they did something athletic that gave them a base of muscle. You did absolutely nothing.
No, I did nothing. In school, I was just the smart one. I was not athletic, and I didn't try.
That's awesome. Now that's when you met your husband in what year?
2014.
We met in like 13, but we're dating in 14.
Right. Now, you're a gym guy. You've been a gym guy for a long time. I know that. So, I mean, when the fact that she didn't work out at all, was that like was that attractive to you, or was that like, were you saying in your head, I'll get her into the gym eventually?
Well, I've always thought she was beautiful, and just like she was, but we started training, and she was, had interest in it and started training and stuff. And she really just like changed very fast. Her genetics is just pretty good. Like I said, she has crazy legs, and that's her strongest part, but she was strong overall.
Now you have an American Indian heritage, correct? Genetically speaking.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Are you full-blooded Indian?
No, 3/4.
Okay, that's a lot. That's all. I don't know if there's ever been anyone who was American Indian who was, a pro bodybuilder, for that matter.
No, I had another interview, and that's what we were also talking about. I don't think there was one.
No, there hasn't been anybody else.
You know why? You always get these. I know there's a couple out there that claim they're American Indian, but they're like a 16th American Indian.
Oh yeah.
Which doesn't count. Obviously.
You're probably a 16, Dave.
You never know. I don't know. Who knows? My family, there's a lot of freaking mixed blood in there. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's mixtures everywhere.
Obviously, someone was had a lot of muscular prowess in your gene pool there, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere. See, I just had a really smart family. None of us are really athletic, so I don't honestly know where it came from.
Yeah. She's a lot different than everybody else.
Yeah, I take it that. Now, was it like a culture shock thing for you to like get into this gym environment? You never worked out, and then all of a sudden you realize you're really strong, and you're doing like you have a 500-pound squat. That's pretty damn impressive. How long did it take to get up to that once you started training?
It took a little while.
It took about a year and a half.
That's not a while. That's a very short period of time.
Oh, well, it felt like a long while, but then, so I was really excited. I said, man, I'm getting really strong. And then there was another girl that came and did like 600. And I said, okay, forget it. I'm just
right. But that's, I mean, 500 for someone who's been training for a year and a half is as a woman is ridiculous. Most guys can't do 500 pounds. I mean, that's impressive, you know.
Yeah, well, we had our own gym, so it was just an everyday
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
our whole life was surrounded around the gym every day, training people, and then we had a lot of pro powerlifters in there. I trained some of those guys, and then, you know, pushing her, you know, the maximum weight, you know, 1,400 pounds on leg press
Right.
she was doing it,
Right.
trying to do for reps and stuff.
Jimmy, how has it been? Are you still have the gym, I assume?
No, we closed the gym a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. That was a powerhouse gym. Is the gym
Sure.
business tougher today? I mean, is that why you closed it?
No, I closed it because it wasn't real profitable, to tell you the truth. In this area, there's a lot of soccer mom gyms and stuff like that.
Right.
And you get a serious meathead gym. I mean, we had like 9,000 pounds of weight. We had monoliths, everything else. And
Right.
it just, people were scared to come in. For some reason, I'd be motivated, but you know,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
you know how that goes.
I hear you. Now, you get into competing, what, in 2016?
15.
15 was first show.
And
We did the Texas Cup, and I got third there.
did that get you, like, did the bug bite you at that point? Did you enjoy it so much you said, hey, I got to keep doing this?
It did. I enjoyed it. I didn't really know still what all was, you know, because we didn't have everything down right.
Yeah.
So it was just our life. So
Just a learning process.
we just continued, and we went to nationals. I think
We went to nationals
Miami.
that first year, and she did pretty good there.
I got fifth my first nationals.
That's
And
crazy. And you'd only been training for a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know, going into a figure show your first year or bikini is doable. I mean, because you don't have to add that much muscle. To go into a bodybuilding nationals and place top 5 after 1 year of training and having no athletic background, that says a lot to me about what your genetic, ability is. And so, like I said, you've only been training about 5 years. I can only imagine in another 5 years what you're going to look like. So you obviously have a lot of genetic potential. At what point did you realize that physique wasn't really the right division for you and that bodybuilding was the right fit for you?
I think it was because of, our placings kept being down, third, fourth, fifth, stuff like that. And our feedback, was kind of off different. But, if you've seen her standing beside the other girls, she wasn't like compact. Even though she's the same height, she looks like she had a wider frame and on. A couple people started telling us about she should be doing bodybuilding, and we were kind of hesitant to go into that. But, we held her back 2 years on training heavy like we used to and different things like that to gain size to keep her from getting any bigger.
Right.
Yeah. I was always at the top end of the 150s, and I would talk to all the other girls, and they were like 130. And
Sure.
that was like the common 125. So I said, well, there's something wrong here. Like, maybe I don't belong.
How tall are you?
5'5" and 3/4.
Okay, yeah. So you're definitely bodybuilder, obviously.
Yeah, I know.
That's your division. And now, like I said, with the bringing back the Miss Olympia, there's a ton of prize money that Jake's putting up for the Rising Phoenix show and the Miss Olympia and all the bodybuilding shows throughout the year that the Wings of Strength are sponsoring. It's a no-brainer if you have the muscle. You might as well do bodybuilding. I tell these girls all the time, I'm like, don't. I guess you know what it is? The IFBB puts such this negative stigma on women's bodybuilding about, we don't care. With the whole Bob Chickarelli, we don't care about that anymore, until someone came along that cared about it and put money behind it. But they negatively created this image about it, and so no one wanted to do it. But there are girls that just don't really fit in physique and that they're just muscular like yourself. And so it's nice that now we have a Miss Olympia back, there's money behind it, and now there's an incentive to do it.
Right. And I try to go around here in Texas and talk about the Wings of Strength and bodybuilding and try to get more girls to join, because I know there's tons of girls out there.
Yeah, for her being an ambassador, she tries to go around and, motivate.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think that even in physique, you should hit all the poses. I don't know. I don't see a reason why that you shouldn't hit all the poses, but I think that if I was a competitor, I would love bodybuilding more because I would want to hit all the bodybuilding poses. If you have the physique development, you want to show it off, right?
Right.
Well, you know, Dave, one of the old famous, I know back in your day too,
Yeah.
like me and you're probably close to the same age,
Yeah.
is that the most muscular, the old crab. And
Yeah.
that's what she does, and I had her doing it at the show, and I took all kind of pictures of her doing it, but she loves that pose.
Yeah. Well, you know, the physique girls hit all the poses. They just do it in their routine. They don't do it in the mandatory. So people want to show off, you know, the different poses. You know, it's weird that they limit the poses in physique. I don't know. It's an odd the phenomenon. But you know, you shouldn't have less poses. Maybe you want to have different poses. Like I'm okay with that, but just don't reduce the amount of poses that you can display your physique at. You know, for a while, women's bodybuilding had no lat spreads, and then they put it back in, and which was smart, obviously. So.
You should be open to do the physique and the bodybuilding poses and all.
Yeah. What's this plan for 2021?
Well,
we need to take an off season because I haven't had one in 2 years. So I don't. I was trying to not grow, and now I really want to grow to be, you know, competitive.
And she's pretty big. We go to detail. Like her back is, you know, she needs more detail on her back. That's our weak point. And we're working on that, and probably 10 pounds of muscle. You know, in the right places. Her legs are, like I said, they're like super. They're really good. Her legs are, and you know, just detail and everything, you know, to get ready, because her and Andrea are really pretty close friends and talk all the time. And
yeah, she's really nice.
We were at the Olympia and, you know, rooting her on for that show.
Yeah.
We had to work it.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she won. That she's a perfect representative for bodybuilding.
Yeah, I'm trying to hook up with her to interview her. We haven't been able to mesh our schedules, but I really love her look. She's got a fresh, you know, muscular look, and you know, it's fun. It's not, you know, there's no knock. I love all the bodybuilders out there, but let's face it, for a while it was 40, 50 and over, you know, the age of the bodybuilders that were out there. In other words, it was the same girls from 10, 15 years ago that were competing. There was no new faces. So it's nice to see some new girls now, yourself included, entering the bodybuilding ranks.
Yeah.
We're really excited about it, you know.
There's a lot of the physique girls coming up to bodybuilding, so that's great.
I've been telling them for years, but now I guess, you know, when you have someone finally supporting it, look, I can understand not doing it when there's no rewards, but when there's someone out there who's supporting it, now that Miss Olympia is back, there's something to strive for. Obviously, now more people will do it. And I was trying to say that I don't know why they were I said, if you're going to get rid of it completely. If you're not going to get rid of it, then you got to, you can't get rid of the Miss Olympia, for God's sakes. I mean, come on.
I know. That's
and it was just because AMI was too cheap to put the prize money up. That's really what it was about. You know, we know that. You know. So.
Well, the problem's solved now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Jake's taking care of it.
I mean, Andrea, she really cleaned up. I mean, she won the Rise at Phoenix. She got 50,000 plus 7,000 most muscular in that car.
I know. I was like, these girls are insane not to do this show. I mean, come on. At the end of the day, it is about money. I mean, too, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Well, especially if they're paying for your, you know, you get sponsored by Wings of Strength. They pay for your plane ticket, pay for your room, they pay for everything.
And you guys are sponsored, so that's great. And you have a little contract. You had one as an amateur, now you have one as a pro. That's even bigger, correct?
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
We're very thankful for that.
Big congratulations on the win at Nationals, the pro card, and of course, we're looking forward to seeing you on stage in 2021. And you'll have to keep us updated as to what show you're going to do.
I will.
We'll be ready.
All right, guys. That's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live With. I'm Dave Palumbo with Jennifer Childress. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Thank you.